Hey everybody, it's Cami, and today I am doing a video response. Heather over at the Kneady Homesteader had, the other day, she had filmed her review of some canning books, and she also asked that those who had channels, if we would give our video response and tell some of our favorite canning books. So that's what I'm going to do today as I stumble. The first thing that I would say is, if you're a new canner, or if you have been canning for a while and you don't have the complete guide to home canning that's put out by the USDA, don't make the mistake that I made. I didn't get this until I had been canning for a while, and my first advice would be, if you are even thinking about becoming a canner, is to get this book. I would purchase this book before I purchased a water bath canner or a pressure canner, or at least I would purchase this book at the same time, because this book has everything. Now I'm just gonna tell you, it looks like this on the inside, and it's not as sexy. It's not the 50 Shades of Grey of canning books, by no means, because it doesn't have the pretty glossy pictures of beautifully canned food with the perfect headspace and just scrumptious apples ready to be made into pie filling. It doesn't have any of that. It doesn't have, you know, all of the beauty. It's not sexy at all, but it is the manual that you need. It is the guidebook, the workbook, the Bible with a little B of home canning, and this is a must. This has everything, and so this book, I would say, is my number one, my favorite. It's you gotta have this in your library. Yeah, you want this. And I believe that you can, if you go to the website, you can print it. You can download it and print it for free, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but you can also buy it already bound for you, and this to me is worth every penny. And you will use this. You will use this as long as you continue to can. So, you know, that's my first. I have my notes here too in my notebook. That would be my first book, my very favorite of all of my canning and preserving books that I have in my home library. And you know, I've collected quite a few, because you can't have too many. Well, some of them you don't need. I agree with everything that was said about the books that Heather had give her critique on. The second book that I absolutely love would be the Amish canning cookbook, and this book is just awesome. This is the only book that I have clipped several recipes. I have dog-eared pages, and I even the spiral, I had to even a few times I've had to even fix it, because I've used this book so much. What I like about this book is, one thing is, it's easy to find what you're looking for, because in the front they have these tabs, and say for instance you're looking for tomatoes. Well, you have this tab, and all you have to do is flip till you see the color tab on the inside of the book, and there's your tomatoes, everything that you need. Another thing that I like about this book is that it does have recipes, and the recipes are down to earth. They're more recipes that you would, as just a home cook, as I show my bra strap. Sorry about that. The recipes are more, as I was saying, more down to earth. There's a lot of comfort food, some really great soups that just look delicious. You know, cranberry sauce, hamburger stew, foods that you would actually want to cook, and you would want to have, you know, the ingredients on your shelf. So this one right here is at my absolute favorite after the Complete Guide to Home Canning. That's your manual, that's your guide. This is when you're getting more into the cookbook type realm. This would be my first choice. I go to this one before I even go to my ball canning books. I love this book. So I would say, if once you get the USDA, the Complete Guide to Home Canning, then you would want to get this book next. Then comes the ball books. Now, I just got a few out of my, I've got a stain on that one. I just got a few out of my collection just to show you. I like the ball books, and the first book that I ever got with, when I bought my first water bath canner, well, my only water bath canner. I have 3 pressure canners, but only 1 water bath. But when I bought my water bath canner to kind of dip my toes into home canning, at Walmart, I purchased the little small ball canning book, and that got me started. But the ball books, you know, they're a great source. They have a lot of good recipes in them, and you're not going to be steered wrong with time, the pressure canning times or the water bath times. You're not, you know, they're great. This is one book that I'm showing you that I have, and then I also grabbed this book too. These are both really good books, and they have a lot of recipes, and they also have other ways to preserve. They usually, with the ball books, you're going to have not only water bath and pressure canning, but they're also going to do some, give some recipes and guidelines for fermenting, for freezing, for, you know, dehydrating too. And that's good, but, you know, you just have to know you're going to have that too. The only thing that with the ball books is I don't always find myself migrating to the recipes in there. They're great to have, and I mean, I wouldn't give them up, but a lot of times there will be recipes in here that I just don't see myself, you know, like Oktoberfest beer mustard. I don't see myself doing that. No. But then there's some that you are, and like I said, you know, the ball books are going to, they're going to have some, every time that they tell you is going to be correct. The headspace is going to be correct. Everything that they give you as far as instructions is going to be right. They're not my first go-to. But these are the books that I do normally go to. I do have more ball books, and I have some other books too on preserving, canning, but they're just not, they're more for the collector in me. I like to collect cookbooks anyway, and as a home canner, I like to collect canning books because there's always going to be a recipe, there's going to be something that I want to can that, yeah, I like to see how different cookbooks present different recipes, I guess, say that. But the one thing is in all of these books is that you can know that they're safe preserving, and that's the main thing. You want to be safe, and so these books are not going to steer you wrong, because you know it's food preservation, and you want that to be done right. The only thing that I would say in closing is that although I love these books, and I do love the other books in my collection, I am still searching for a book on pressure canning that will give you, how do I say this? I'm an ingredient canner. I have some soups that I've canned, but other than that, everything on my shelves that I've canned are ingredients, like mushrooms. I can chicken. I can beans. You know, I do have salsa too. I'm gonna have salsa. I always, you know, want to have salsa. Oh, these mosquitoes are getting me. But I am still looking for a really good book on pressure canning, one that is more pressure canning than water bath, if that makes sense. A lot of the books will have a lot, Ball is really one, they'll have a lot of the jams and the conserves and the chutneys and things like that, but I want a book that will tell you, you know, okay, how to can, how to can pintos. Okay, you've got your canned pintos. You know, then how to can chicken, you've got your, or beef, you got that. And then how to can different ingredients. And then in the recipe section, how to take all those different canned goods that you've preserved, and you may have to add, you know, a few seasonings or spices, herbs, or y'all, the mosquitoes are trying to get me, but to take those ingredients, and normal ingredients, guys, not some weird something that it wants you to can like several pints of it, but then you're only going to use it for this one recipe, or, you know, once a year. Just everyday comfort food type ingredients, normal ingredients, ingredients that I would go to the store and buy, but I have them canned on my shelf because I've home canned them. I'm going around the world to say, I want a book that gives me different canned ingredients that I've home canned, and how I can put those together in great recipes that my family will eat, in a nutshell. And I am still searching for that book. You know, a lot of them will have recipes that, you know, you take one or two of your canned whatever, and then you have to add a lot of other ingredients. I do a lot of ingredients, and I have my own that I've canned, and I have my own recipes, but I am still searching for a really good pressure canning book on how to can, you know, all kinds of things in a safe way. It's the end of my notes. I hope this all makes sense. This is just my take, just what I think about the canning books that I've brought out today. that's my video response. Thank you all for dropping by, for spending a few minutes with me. I'm sorry when I ramble, because I ramble. It's hard to get everything that I want to say and say it eloquently, because I'm just talking to you as if you were here with me. And you know, we're just talking. And so I don't have a speech. I'm just giving you my opinion. And but anyway, thanks for dropping by, for spending some time with me. I hope that if you liked this video, that you will give me a thumbs up, a share, a like, thumbs up, like, and please click the notification button or bell. It's not a button. Well, I guess it's a button, but it's a bell, a button that looks like a bell, so that you will receive all of the videos in the future that I post. But anyway, guys, y'all have a great evening, and tell me what you think in the comments below. Is there a book out there that I can get that will give me a lot of really great ingredient canning that that I need to go buy? Let me know what you think. Give me a comment.